Only 4,240 pounds, one owner, originally sold just down the street at our sister store, Haylett RV. This is a little 22-foot box Cherokee bunkhouse coming over here to Advantage One RV Brokers, our consignment location where we sell RVs on behalf of people. Even includes the previous owner's original hitching, and basically looks like they just weren't using it. That appears to be the only reason it's here. Unfortunate, but we're going to help them find a home for it. And even though we're selling this on behalf of a private owner, remember, as far as you're concerned, it's just another used RV because we can still hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. I think I somehow managed to mash up the words "we can still do" all into one thing. I don't know. Let's jump inside. And I can't find anything that concerns me. I can't find dings, bumps, blemishes. I can't even see where people sat in one spot in the dinette with frequency and put, you know, like indented their butt into the cushion. I can't find anything wrong with this. It appears to be basically, you know, that like new condition. Like new obviously still means used, but you're not inheriting someone's problems. She's carpetless, ventless flooring, easy cleaning, basic spring, summer, fall camper, but a really nice one. Like, this is the style and speed of camping that I personally enjoy. I love those big, beautiful luxury fifth wheels and things, of course, but when I go out with my family, this is what I'm looking for. I want something simple and basic. We can get out of the rain, we can eat and sleep, but otherwise we're going to be out there enjoying the sights and smells and sounds of the destination that we find ourselves. And I wanted to take a second to open everything up, show you all the storage in here, and, you know, for a small, basic camper, it's got nice equipment like the sealed edge counters, that big stainless farm sink next to that recessed, you know, tempered glass stovetop there. A couple big drawers too. That's a neat Cherokee thing. Instead of two or three small drawers, they do two big drawers so that things like spatulas and tongs don't get caught up in the drawer. Now over here, like at first glance, you're like, ooh, that'd be a good place for wastebasket, but you see that there's like a little blockage down below. That is where like you have a heat vent and there's some mechanical stuff down there, so that's not available for storage. I just thought I'd go ahead and open that up and give you a good look. Over here next to the two-way refrigerator, you've got a 6.5-foot tall pantry. So that, you know, if you are, you could use part of it for food. You could maybe use part of it as a dresser for the kiddos. I mean, there's never really any one rule that says here's exactly how you have to use storage. I know the way that I would maybe use something, but who knows? Maybe you've got a different solution. Now, it's worth mentioning that this little camper has central air conditioning because when you're in a smaller, shorter, budget-sensitive class like this, sometimes that's either optional or just straight not available. Now, anything that we have in this size, like say a Wildwood X-Lite down at Haylett RV, we will go ahead and option in the centralized air conditioning just because it's very inexpensive to do, and it really does wonders to keeping your family comfortable. And any parent knows when those kiddos get hot and moody, it'll ruin everyone's good time. And that's the whole point of camping, is to have a good time. Now, speaking of the kiddos, you can sit in here in the air conditioning, keep them outside, and be looking at them through that big dinette viewing window right there. Plus, there's, you know, obviously your main screen entry door on your primary door and a huge window by the bed that we'll see. It doesn't have like a centralized control center, but it basically has a centralized control center because all the bells and switches and whistles and whiz bangs are all up here. That's a Bluetooth DVD player, by the way. And as we go past this big overhead cabinet, you see where our TV hookups would be located. And it looks like previous owners actually put a little TV up in here, which I don't believe was factory standard when this was built. All of the countertops, by the way, whether it's the kitchen, here on the dining table, or in the bathroom, are a sealed edge thermofoil. Cherokee was one of the first brands to do that, with Catalina really being the first, mostly because Coachman owns the facility where that countertop material was made. So, you know, when Coachman came under the Forest River banner as a Forest River subsidiary, a lot of Forest River products started to pick up more of that. Aftermarket ladder added here by the previous owners, but again, you really can't see any use down here. Now, this little divot in the cushion right there, that's actually from my knee crawling in to pull that window shade so that the light wasn't going to affect the camera too badly. But notice that you do have your own little kind of push button, independently operated night lights for each of the kiddos. Now, this is a Grey Wolf SE, which is the simpler edition. That's how it's supposed to mean like special edition, but to me SE means simple edition because it's the simple, everything that matters, nothing that doesn't kind of equipment package. But you see that they're still giving us the bigger vent fan, the skylight, the shower surround paneling, the foot flush stool with plenty of hip and leg room. It's a simple camper, but it's simply effective. More of that sealed countertop and a big sink that adult hands can actually fit into. And a big medicine cabinet over here. That's something for a lot of years. And frankly, I might start saying this again. I've always kind of felt like Cherokee has had one of the best-in-class bathrooms because, you know, if you're actually going to get in and use the camper, having the sink and the mirror on an angle like that, having an actual medicine cabinet, the skylight, the big fan, those are things that you are going to use, see, feel, and touch, and appreciate every single camping trip. Now there's some storage below that dinette, and it can fold down into an extra sleeper. So this thing can sleep, you know, 2 on the master bed, 1 on each bunk, no sweat. But if you needed to double up on the bunk with little kids and then fold that dinette down, you could potentially get up to about 7 bodies in here. Although, again, understanding, 5 out of 7 of those bodies, we're talking little kiddos, not big goofballs like me. That's what's kind of cool, too, about the double bunks. If you are a bigger person like me, you can still get along pretty easy on those if you're sleeping by yourself each night. Now, my wife would definitely prefer not to have to double up with me in one of those just because I'm a bit of a bed hog, and also I'm a furnace. Oh my gosh, I put off just tons of body heat. That's probably more information than you needed right now, but you get the idea. Big cross breeze windows here, and simple, but again, effective side stands. Like, this is a simple series camper. You see it's not loaded up with USB plugs, but you know what? For like 99 cents at the gas station, you can get those household outlet to USB plug converters, and there you go. Suddenly now you got USB plugs wherever you want them. And again, a big viewing window over there on the camp side of the RV from the bed. So if you do have that shade open, you can keep an eye on the kiddos. And if you want to keep the sunshine out like I'm doing right now, pull all the shades down and keep it, you know, a few degrees cooler in here. It helps a lot, actually, in those hot climate situations. Along with that central air. I can't stress enough how important that is in this little thing. Getting under the bed, you can see there's full storage below it. Normally there'd be like a little wooden shield, kind of like you saw under the sink to protect the water heater from shifting cargo. I suspect when this RV was last winterized, that was removed for easy access. Little simple side mount solar prep plug right there. Great place to store a little portable solar panel if you're going to stay off grid, want to keep your lights and fans running. Now this has those nicer stable steps to keep the trailer from bouncing and jouncing around as those little kiddo bodies go buzzing in and out of this thing, heading to the fridge and the bathroom. The number 1 and number 2 most frequent stops for the kids. No pun intended with the number 2 in the bathroom combination in the same sentence. Anyway, power awning with LED lighting, and there's actually outside TV hookups under that big picture window right there. So if you want to take that indoor TV outside, I like to do that not so I can sit outside and watch TV. I don't go camping to watch TV, but I don't judge those that do. Everybody camps differently. It's your R&R time. Spend it however you please. As long as you're not inconveniencing anyone else, as long as you're just recharging your batteries, I don't care how you do it. Just have a good time, man. We'll see you Monday. But the idea there is I like to have that outside just to kind of have almost like a radio effect, almost like AM radio, just kind of playing in the background, you know. I like to flip it onto the local channels, whatever I can happen to pull in. I like to try to see what's going on in the local area, and it helps me know how to explore, you know, the place that I find myself on a given weekend. Up front here, Power Jack does the heavy lifting for us, and you can see it does have propane covers, which is something, you know, budget-friendly trailers sometimes tend to lack. And then remember, once again, it does include the weight distribution and load leveling hitching from the previous owner. So there's about $500 worth of stuff that you're gonna need, but don't have to pay for if you've never had a camper before. And as we work our way back down the wall, you'll see the black flush, the, you know, water hookups, all the cable and power, the outside shower, just all here in front of the sewer station that's right behind those tires. Little things like that. Again, they're very easily underappreciated if you've never owned an RV, but those are things that you will use, see, feel, and touch virtually daily. They are things that will really help enhance your camping experience. If we look up top here on the rear wall, you can see she's backup ready. And down below we have a 200-pound rated cargo rack. Now, you don't have to pull the spare tire off, and that 200 pounds is before the spare tire is put on, so you have to factor that in, mind you. But the spare tire's never seen the ground. It's never seen the light of day. Looks like this rack hasn't moved, you know, been flipped up or down since this RV first left Haylett RV when it was first purchased. Those are very handy for things like coolers, or, you know, bicycles, or even just a small generator. So if you do want to spend some time off grid and a portable solar panel is not quite enough for you, a little generator just to keep things topped off, that'll get your job done pretty well too. Now, a lot of brands under a bunk will hide a camp kitchen. Well, Cherokee did it a little different, and apparently there's a big red murder hornet checking it out inside there as well, and hopefully he leaves us alone. You stay away from me, murder hornet. But Cherokee did it different. And they still do this today. We still carry the 22 MK SE floor plan in stock down at Haylett RV today, because instead of a camp kitchen, it just gives you this huge storage compartment. You see the recurve R3 hitch, again, provided compliments of the previous owners. So even a little kind of surge protector like circuit analyzer they put right on their power cord, so that when they plugged into an unfamiliar campsite, they could make sure that everything was wired properly. Just simple and smart, you know? So how do I get shots like this? Well, it's certainly not standing on that spare tire. OSHA would never approve of such things. Obviously, I'm using levitation technology to get this footage safely. But as you can see, the roof membrane in great shape, all the seals look good. You are not inheriting someone's problems. So give us a visit, give us a call. Pieces, parts, and everything. Man, we do it all. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Show this thing who's boss. Stupid murder hornet. Watch this. Gotcha. What? Ah! Ah!